Sophia.
Alanna.
Welcome back to the Sassy and Classy podcast.
Episode 8.
All right, guys. This is our second take. We're just going to say that right now.
We had a oopsie.
After 50 minutes of recording
50.
with Miss Paris Looney.
Hello.
So, WTF.
Welcome, Miss Paris
Welcome
Looney.
back. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. And I need to say I love both of you. And I'm so
Love you.
proud of both of you for everything that you're
Thank
doing.
you.
Like, you're not out here just like, oh, we're going to start a podcast and not actually doing it. Like, y'all are doing the work.
Thank
Period.
You're putting it in every single week. And you're
Period.
doing what you have to do. And I just needed to give you your flowers
Thank
because
you.
you're doing your thing.
Flowers.
Thank you.
Facts. And honestly, when she says every week, now, just so you guys know, we've decided to do every other week.
Yes.
Just for our
Well-being.
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 And just like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. Like,
I mean,
if y'all want more of us, let us know. But for the time being, we're going to do every other Thursday. So twice a
yes.
month.
7 a.m.
Pretty much. So,
Before we start, we are dressed like this because
Yes.
we're super comfy today. It's like a girl slumber party in here with the wine poured.
Yeah.
We are ready to dive in and have our girl talk.
Yeah.
So Paris, welcome.
Thank you.
woo!
The talented actress extraordinaire.
Oh my gosh.
We need to dive in.
Yeah.
You land so many lead roles. Like, all I know about you is just you're so talented.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your actress career and where you began.
Yeah.
How does it feel to get the lead in all these roles? Like, tell us
From the beginning to now,
Oh.
year to date.
Okay.
That's my word today.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Boom.
Boom.
So yeah, I started performing when I was, I believe, 10 years old, like 10 or
Wow.
11. And I actually started right here in Fairfield. And I know you're both like Fairfield, like natives.
We are Fairfield
And
natives, yes.
Yeah.
I started there and I did that because I had a huge dance background. I was dancing my entire life. And then my parents, they put me into musical theater because my dad, he also does acting. And he was just like, yeah, like try musical theater, try it out, see if you like acting, like see
Period.
what goes from that. So I did it, and my first show ever, it was like a Fairfield Performing Arts camp. Like, it was a bunch of us, like little kids doing shows. And my first one was Wizard of Oz, and it was great. And I had
Love
so much
it.
fun. I
Love
was like the
that.
lead jitterbug dancer or something.
Or
And,
something.
or something.
Or something.
Like, ever since then, I caught the acting bug, and like that was it.
The
I
acting
absolutely
bug.
loved it. And
That's awesome.
yeah, ever since then, I just got into it. I loved the feeling of being on stage, like performing in front of an audience. Like, I felt that energy, and I always loved it. So
Love it.
To love that at such a young age is such a gift.
Seriously. And it's like, not many people can do that, sis.
yeah.
Take it from me. Like, literally, couldn't do it. Can't do it.
So I get called crazy all the time because I can easily perform on a stage, like in front of like hundreds, like thousands of people. But if I am in like a close environment, like cameras, like a crew, I can't do it. Like film, it's so scary to me. But being on stage, it's a lot easier. Like,
You're
it's
great with this
crazy.
right now.
Oh, thank you.
That's true.
You are
I'm
literally
with
doing
you guys,
fine.
so I'm comfortable. I'm like, we're
Yeah.
just talking. Like, it's just girl talk.
Yeah, true.
But like a whole camera crew, like doing all that, I freak out and I get so
Wow.
nervous. But I can be on a
Interesting.
stage. That's like no problem. That's like a second home for me.
That
So
amazes me.
it's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what?
It doesn't add up
crazy.
in my brain because I've never gotten involved in any sort of theater. Just how you can go on that stage and remember every single little beat, everything, every lyric, every line, every dance move. I've asked you this question before a bunch of times, but how do you even humanly remember any of that when you get on that stage?
So for me, like with my dance background, I'm more accustomed to like movements and things like that. So when you're rehearsing for a musical and a play, you're doing it a bunch of times over and over again.
Rehearsal.
And you're rehearsing for so long, like sometimes like months at a time. And for me, it's so easy because I can just do it with the blocking. Like, so the blocking, it's like, oh, I say this line and I move over here. And when I say this, I'm like, looking over here, I'm talking to this person. So I associate the lines with the movements, and that's easier for me. So that's how I've been able to just memorize the lines, but also because of how much we rehearse, like it's drilled into my brain at this point. Like it's so many times we're doing it over and over and over again. It's just a part of like
what's blocking.
What I'm doing. So blocking, that's when they give you the movements basically. So if they're like, okay, this is the scene, like if it's me and another person, they're like, okay, you're saying this line. So you're in like a kitchen, for example, to set the stage. You're in a kitchen, and you're saying this line to the other person you're in a scene with. Oh, we're gonna have you move over here because it would make sense that you're like doing busy work in the kitchen. So you're saying this line as you're moving over here. So the blocking is basically matching the movements to your lines.
Gotcha.
So to me, that's easy because it's like I'm doing choreography kind of. And we're doing that over and over and over again. So it's like easy for me. But
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could see. I mean, I don't think I could do that, but
even though I have memory loss with like real life
same
things,
bitch.
but
same.
Absolutely, yeah. But with that, because we just run it and they drill it into your brain, like it's
period.
Yeah, I mean.
So before we get even more into your acting, musical theater career, how did you guys meet? Because like literally, I know that you guys have been like homies, and like I've always heard about you.
Well, we used to work a office job together, and that's what sparked this. And I'll never forget the first question she ever asked me when we met. She's like, "Hey, Sophia, so how's your love life going?" And that was it. It was a wrap.
I don't remember asking.
It was
this, by the
wrap.
What?
Okay. We literally that year we met in 2021, and that was a chaotic year for both of us.
Yeah.
We've seen each other experience whatever we experienced that year, and we just grew closer and closer.
The highs and the lows, the ups and the downs. Yeah. I probably asked you that because I was just like, oh, I love love. And like, that'll be like a good icebreaker because every girl has stories about like their love life. Yeah. And that's like a really good way to just become acquainted with another girl really fast.
Absolutely. Girl power. I'm like, what a time working together. I'll just say
what
that.
What a time.
The delirious moments of the day.
Yeah.
Like
the Lulu.
The people we worked with, the atmosphere.
We just were surrounded by people of all walks of life. Like you cannot make this up. Yeah. We had, what did we have? Everything.
We had everything.
Every single type of human being worked there around us.
Age groups, different life experiences.
Energies.
Like, and then they would all just migrate over to our office every single day and just pour out their heart about their lives. And we're just like, oh, like we were their therapists or something. Like every single day.
Because you're two beautiful women and they just want to like express their love because they want you guys to fall in love with them. And like that's what dudes kind of do. And it's like, leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
Sorry. I can't. Can you please tell us, Miss Paris, about your most favorite year to date musical theater endeavor?
Ooh, yes. My favorite show that I did was Once on This Island when I did it in college. Only because in the play it was my now boyfriend who was the lead. Should we get into that?
Yes, let's get into it.
Let's get into it right now. The star couple. Let's go.
Let's hear her little love story over here.
Shout out Gian. We love you.
Shout out Gian. We love you. Yes. So I met Gian doing Once on This Island, the play I just mentioned. I auditioned for this musical at Southern, the school that I graduated from, Southern in New Haven. Shout out Southern. I got the lead. Her name was T-Moon. And I was casted as her, and then my now boyfriend Gian, he was casted as my love interest, and his character's name was Daniel. And we met doing that show. It was crazy. And we had our first ever kiss.
And I witnessed it.
Yeah.
First kiss
on stage.
On stage, because the director, he was like, no, you can't rehearse it, you can't practice it, like it has to be real, it has to be authentic, so you have to do it for the first time when you're doing the show in front of the audience. Like,
I actually love that.
And I did too. Like, I'm happy that it happened that way. So we couldn't practice it, and every time we were rehearsing, we were just nervous about it because we're just like, oh, we're supposed to kiss here, like, whatever.
What would you guys do in rehearsal? Just like air kiss? Like air kiss?
Or just not kiss?
Or just
we
not
would just
kiss?
be like, kiss, and then move
Like,
on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You would just like kiss,
like this?
Yeah, like literally that. Like, okay, we
That's
kiss here,
wild.
and then move on.
The anticipation.
Yeah.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh.
And I liked him bad. Like, I really
She'd be
liked
liking him
this
beforehand.
man. I liked him.
Oh, gosh.
And he was giving me the energy. And the kiss happened at the end of his solo song. So, and the way that my character is in the scene, she's literally like this, like on the ground, like looking at him, kicking her feet because she's so in love. And he finishes his song. And then at the end of it, I'm supposed to run up to him and just kiss him. So I did that the opening night for the show. And apparently we were told it went on for too long.
Still to this day, I'm like, what, girl?
Yeah. So amazing.
Like, was it just like a fucking kiss? Or was it like a make out?
It was a makeup.
Oh, see? That
I
makes
don't
sense then.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was like, if you guys are just pecking, no, it had to be some tongue in there. Like, come on now.
There wasn't tongue, but it was a makeup. And
Wait, is there a make out without tongue?
Yeah.
What?
on stage, because I'm like, my parents are
The
here.
whole fam.
Like, the whole family.
Front row.
His whole family. Like,
That wouldn't stop me. Sorry. But okay, I'm not professional like that, so
Dead,
it's fine.
I'm dead, I'm
Anyway.
I'm dead.
Yeah, we were told it went on too long by the director afterwards. He was like, yeah, that was a really long kiss. And we were like, oh, because we couldn't tell time at that moment. Like, we were just in it. And then also I was in control of it, so I felt really embarrassed because he would just keep going. Like, I was the one who was supposed to tap him and make this movement on his shoulder to like stop it, and I just never did. And I was like, oh my god, shit. And I was like, I was supposed to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I stopped it, and then and oh my god,
I love this
it was
love story so much.
Our first kiss was on stage in front of a live full packed
So on brand.
house.
And I'll be outside with you guys. I'll be out with you guys. And
Outside.
I'll be out with you guys, and you'll literally get people coming up to you like, can I get a picture? Because they are that couple, let me just say. They have done the lead part together multiple times. They're those people, okay?
That happened
They're that
right
couple.
after like the show ended though, so it was still fresh, new.
But it's still
Yeah.
very influential people.
Very.
It's more him because he has such a distinct look. Like, people just
Stop
like,
trying to
oh,
downgrade
yeah.
yourself, girl. It's you too, okay?
I was gonna say, wait, what the fuck?
What the hell do you mean?
I'm not
Takes two to
downgrading,
tango,
he just
ho.
has such a distinct look, like, and then they'll be like, and then they'll see me and they'll be like, wait, and then they'll put two and two together.
Aw.
Beautiful.
But
I
yeah,
love it so much.
It was in
I
that
love
freshness of when it first happened.
it. Love
Period.
it so much.
So you started dating Gian
Mm-hmm.
after that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like,
So you guys fell in love.
how deep into it? How many months did it take for you to start dating him?
It took
How long were rehearsals for?
rehearsals were quick actually.
Yeah, that was like a fast.
Just like a month or two?
Yeah, I remember that we only had a month, and
It was-
then
yeah,
it
was
was
fire.
crazy.
it was
And
just
then
so fast.
I caught COVID, so I was out for like a week or two. And there was this whole thing because they thought that we were going to have to cancel the show, one, or it was just going to have to be a concert.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. But I came back and I was like, no, like, I already know the entire show. Like, you don't have to put anything to a stop. Like, I'm ready to just come in and I know what I have to do. Whatever.
that.
Just send me videos. Like, while I was sick in bed, I'm, like, looking at, like, what I had to learn. And I jumped back into it because I'm like, no, this is my second opportunity because it was stripped away from me in high school when I was supposed to do it because of COVID.
Right.
And then I caught COVID
Yeah.
in college doing the show.
Damn.
I was like, no. I
Right
already
on.
knew it because I was supposed to do it in high school. So I was like,
Right.
you're not taking this away from me. So I learned everything. They sent me videos and then I went back and I did it and then we did the show.
Mhm.
And it was great. But that didn't answer why that was my favorite show.
That's okay.
It was my favorite show, yes, because I met my boyfriend, the love of my life. But also,
Aw.
the woman who played my mom was a professor of mine, which was crazy. It was supposed to just be like one of my like peers in school, but she didn't want to do it. So they casted one of my acting professors. I took an acting class in college, and my professor did it, Gracie. And there was this time where the guy who played my dad, Eric, I think you guys know Eric. You met. Shout out Eric.
Church boy Eric.
He played my dad in it. Yeah, my dad. And he couldn't make it because he had to fly somewhere and film something for like BET or something. He couldn't make it to one of our shows. So we had to do a show where he wasn't there and he was one of the main characters. So me and Gracie, who played my mom, we had to improv an entire scene, even though he had majority of the lines and like singing and everything, and we had to improv the entire thing. Like nothing from the script, we just bounced off of each other, and it was crazy. And then we asked the audience after, like, did you guys notice that like anything was like weird and anything? And they were like, no, we thought that was like a part of it. I love the improv moments. I love that when it's not the script, you're kind of just like playing around. Like those are my favorite moments. So that's why that was my
such talent
favorite show.
Love it.
I like that story.
Yes.
I've never told you this before, but whenever I see you come out on that stage, and it's just a feeling I get, like it could be at a concert or something, but especially when I know the person, like just the beginning moment of you coming out on stage, I will literally tear up because it's so emotional. It's like you're doing this thing that's so big and you're so talented, and it's in the flesh right in front of me, and it's like it's so impressive. It's just like everything you do, it amazes me. So you can ask Gino, sitting right next to me, and like I'm tearing up. He's like, you did this last time. He literally said that to me. It's like every time you come out on stage, it's just like such a feeling. It's like, wow, like you're doing this, and it's amazing. So
thank you.
Yes,
I love you. That's so cute.
I mean, like, honestly, like, just like being on stage, period, and like acting, performing, all that shit, like it's a lot. And like you can look at someone like my cousin, for example, is on Broadway, like whatever, but like when I was watching him on Broadway is what I'm saying, like playing fucking supercalifragilistic, like with his fucking hands and shit. I was like, you're literally 12, how are you doing that? Like, you know what I mean?
It's amazing.
It's like not, it doesn't compute in my brain.
It's like, me neither.
I'm confused.
Me neither.
Like, how do you like remember lines? But it's like your passion, so it makes sense. Like you love doing it.
Yep.
That's it.
Love.
It's a feeling. It's like, it's crazy. I don't know why being on stage in front of people is where I feel the most comfortable. I can't explain it. I don't know.
Maybe they fuel like your
like
energy rather than a camera. That's like, that's not really there. Like people aren't really there. It's like, it's just a fucking camera.
And then also I'm like, I'm doing this live. If I make a mistake, nobody would know that it's a mistake but me. That's like another thing too.
Because you can play it off as much as you want.
You didn't know this was not a part of it.
Right.
If I play it off, like you'll never know. So I think that's a thing too. I think with cameras, it's like you have to be so precise in film, like and do exactly what they want, or they have to cut and start it over and do all of that. I think that, I think I just discovered that now.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm more comfortable with it. Interesting. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, it's true.
It's like that's real, so raw, authentic.
Yeah.
And it's like, no one can tell. It's like, that's amazing in itself. So how do you keep your character, for example, sometimes like in the crowd, people are laughing because it's a funny moment, but you have to stay in character. How do you do that?
Like SNL, bro. Like they always like have to keep their character and shit.
And you have never laughed. I've never seen you laugh on stage.
You're just like in it.
I haven't. And I did a comedy once too where I had to play a 4-year-old. And that was the most fun I ever had doing a show. It was so much fun because it was a comedy and then like I'm also playing a 4-year-old in like this 4-year-old voice. And the energy, like people were laughing every 2 seconds. Like the fight to not break character was crazy. But I think my mindset was just like, if you break it, like the audience kind of, they're taken away from like the world that they're in right now, because it's like the same thing if we're watching like comedy, like anything, like movies, like TV shows, like anything. If they start laughing, like if the character is supposed to be dead serious, like it's supposed to be funny to us even though they're serious, like if we break it, it's gonna break that moment from them and take it from them. So I think that's a thing where I'm like, okay, hold it. You can't. It's like it's all mental, and I'm such a goofball too that I want to be laughing right with them, but like I can't. So I think that's my thing. I'm like, no, I can't take away that moment from them. I think that's why I love comedy. I want to do more of that, actually.
Yeah,
I love
would
comedy.
love to see it.
It's so fun.
I love comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, very, very interesting. Getting a little deeper in your brain. So
We're unlocking some shit.
yeah, absolutely. Discovering new things. So on the exterior, you're this successful actress, right? What is something deeper about you that may not be shown on the surface that you would like the people to know about you?
I would probably say the way that I grew up. Like, my mom had me really young. She had me at 18, and that was just like a thing in itself. Like, growing up, like, I had a really young mom. Like, I always got like comments about that from people. Like, it was just always a thing that I heard. And that came with its hardships in itself, but I always try to just be positive because I'm always like, everything happens for a reason, and my mom has always instilled that in me. Shout out to Mom. We love you, Tasha.
Love you, Tasha.
Shout out.
Love you.
She's always instilled that in me, like, everything happens for a reason, and you can do anything that you put your mind to, because even like her, like, even everything that she's been through, like, she doesn't let anything get in her way. Like, she's unstoppable. Like, you can't tell her anything.
Strong ass woman.
Like, she's strong.
Yep.
And she's instilled that in me, and because of that, like, I'm always positive, but like, a lot of people don't know that. Like, I didn't come from like the 2-parent household, like, growing up, like the happy, like, you know, I didn't have that for a while until my dad came in. Not stepdad, my dad came in when I was like 9. So
He's your stepdad?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Technically, but I call him my dad. He's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
dad.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that until I was like 9, but growing up with that, like, that was really hard. There was a lot of things to go through, but I still stayed positive, and it's because of her and her influence and everything that she's instilled in me, and then him coming into my life as well. Like, he would also instill that in me, and yeah, just trying. We're trying.
You're doing great.
That's all you can do. Like,
yeah.
God only gives you things that he knows that you can handle, and also everything happens for a reason. So that's what I live by every single day. And I'm like, it's okay. This went wrong, but God has a bigger and better plan.
Bigger and better plan.
And we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that.
I live my life the same fucking exact way.
Yeah.
So just know that.
We absolutely agree.
We absolutely
That's what we
agree.
can say. Yeah.
God is our gift. And that's it.
Absolutely.
We live by his
Yeah,
yellow
just-
brick roads.
Yeah.
It's literally just like exactly things happen for a reason in life. I fully believe in that. And
Same.
that rejection is redirection. Just any
Yes.
hardship, like, it always leads you to something bigger.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can't worry about things that are out of your control, because God has it in his hands, and
Period.
he has a plan for you. Like, it's so crazy.
He is
Like, all
controlling
these
your
successful
actual
people-
life.
Yeah. All these successful people, like, they're like, listen, like, I was in the trenches. Like, I thought I was done for, but
Yeah.
that was supposed to happen for me to end up where I am now.
Right.
Like, so I'm trusting in his plan, and that's it.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give him your life, and he'll take it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Absolutely.
Period.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So, I was reading the iPad, and I saw Burlington commercial.
Let's dive in. Speaking of
What?
family.
Burlington Coat Factory commercial. So your family was in a Burlington commercial.
Yeah. So I think I was like 16 or 17 when we filmed that, and it was my parents, me, and my 3 younger siblings, my brother and my 2 sisters. And my dad, he acts as well and does a million things, but whatever. He acts as well, and he had an agent. And the agent was like, hey, like, we're looking for like a black family who can do this Christmas Burlington commercial. Like, do you have a family?
I know it's
a
Christmas.
You probably have seen it.
I
You've
probably have.
probably seen it. It
On
was
cable?
We'll
Yes.
insert.
It was created just for our huge family. They have gifts for everyone.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
Gift baskets
I'm pampering my wife.
for the babies.
Toys!
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost.
Christmas shopping at Burlington.
I think we're all done.
There's no shot I haven't.
Yeah.
You have absolutely seen it.
Yes. Christmas. Like, and after we filmed it, I think they played it for like 2 or 3 years after too. So it was like a contract thing.
Period.
Get that
So, and my dad was like, yeah, like I have a family, like da da da. So we all went and we auditioned, and we filmed it literally in a New Jersey, like local Burlington. Like there were still customers in there, like shopping around, and they blocked off like this huge part, like all of the cameras, everything. And that was so crazy. I was just like, okay, all right. They're like people around us still shopping, looking at us like we're crazy. It was an experience. But I loved it. I got like a sense of film and like the whole process of that. It was a 14-hour long shoot. Yeah, it was 14 hours. My little sister Zoe, my youngest sister, she was a baby. She was knocked out in that. Like she was dead. Like they were trying to wake her up, Zoe. Like no, she was out. I think she was asleep in the commercial. I think in the clip she's actually knocked out.
Well, look.
Yeah. I think she was actually knocked out.
It was created just for our huge family.
But it was fun. I loved it. It was a great experience to have, and I was with my whole family too, and we all loved it. And just like the way that we were treated too, it was crazy. Like I felt like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. Like,
what was the treatment like?
because first of all, I had a headache because we were filming for 14 hours long for a commercial. And I think I like mentioned that, and like one of the crew workers were around and they were like, headache,
Advil, Tylenol,
Paris has a
aspirin,
headache,
water.
Paris has a headache, Paris has a headache.
Yeah.
People are running. I'm not even being dramatic. People are running like headsets. I have Advil, I have Tylenol, da, da, da. And I was like,
Oh, so you're like a celebrity, bitch.
like that was like mind blowing because I was like I whispered that and like people are, it was crazy, and they brought me like Tylenol, whatever, and yeah, my headache was better and it was great. And
what was the bulk of that 14 hours? Like, why would it? Because it was a quick clip.
I know.
Why?
Because it wasn't just us. They had like 2 or 3 other families too that they also had to film. And we all needed to stay there just in case they needed to get like other things or whatever. But it wasn't just us. There were also like 3 other families too.
Oh, shit.
So it had to be like a whole day thing. And then there were also things with like the hours of the Burlington that we were in. And they were also like figuring things out. But
Damn.
yeah, it was an experience, and then I was haunted by it for 3 years after that. And yeah, it was an experience.
Yeah, it'll never leave you.
Hey, no regrets.
I need to see it, so
Yeah.
I still have to see it to this day.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see it.
I have to see it.
It's a classic. I've probably seen it on my TV before even meeting you.
That's what made me go viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
because
her
I
thing went viral.
posted a clip of it for fun one time, and I got like 800,000 views, and people were commenting, "Oh my god, I saw this all the time."
Wait,
da-da-da.
what?
And I was like,
Wait, I gotta see that after
Yeah.
this.
So that's
You need to show me it.
that was when I realized it was big and like it was actually out there. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Okay.
It was.
Old
It
is
was your
she?
moment.
Old is she? Old-
So the rise to your career when you started young, you want to talk about like where you started versus now?
Yeah, I do. So
She does.
I do. So yeah, I started performing really young when I was like 10 or 11, and there was a trauma that I went through actually when I had to do a play right here in good old Fairfield, and trauma. But I need to just talk about it because I don't talk about it ever. I need to just talk about it.
I don't even know.
So I auditioned for their play Annie. It was like this Fairfield like performing arts camp or something. I auditioned for Annie, and this was like my 3rd or 4th show that I was doing with them at this point. So I was, you know, well acclimated like with the people. I knew everyone. So I auditioned. It was great, and then the cast list comes out. Mind you, I was the only black girl, only black person in general here at this camp. And they casted me as Annie's dog, Sandy.
Bro. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bad.
And yeah, but I love that they put out the movie and it was like the black girl was Annie. That's
the
helped
newest
me.
Annie.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
That
that.
cured me. That cured me from all of my trauma. I
Yeah.
was like, okay,
Oh
period.
my god.
The
That
newest
cured
Annie
me.
movie, she is a black woman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that cured me. I was like, okay. But anyway, so I did it. They cast me as Sandy, and I thought, oh, that would be fine. Like, okay, whatever. I was still little. I was so innocent. Like, I didn't know anything. I just wanted to do plays and, like, sing and dance and act, whatever.
Oh my god.
So I was like, okay, if I'm being given, like, ears and, like, a tail, like, that's fine. Like, I can do that. But no, they had me crawling around on this stage on my hands and my knees,
Oh
like
my god, it's
barking,
so bad. It's so bad. Barking.
barking, and
I'm sorry.
following,
I'm
Barking
flabbergasted is the word.
crazy.
following the little white Annie around, following her and barking.
Barking is crazy.
Oh
No. That is abuse. That is straight up, like, literal. That is so wrong.
Granted, it wouldn't have been that bad if I was just like, if I just stood there and I just came out here and there. If she just referenced Sandy, it would still be bad, but it wouldn't be that bad.
You run all fours.
Where I'm on all fours barking, like, it wouldn't have been that bad.
Did you have like knee pads or some shit?
No.
Like what the fuck?
No.
That's all I'm thinking about. Is like,
so
wait, so
bad.
your knees are on the fucking stage.
They're
That
on
shit
the
is literal, like
stage.
acrylic or something wood.
Would.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Great.
Crawling around, following Annie around,
So wrong.
barking. The
Jail.
audience, like all
Jail.
the parents and the families of Annie and the orphans,
As if you didn't have the
laughing.
ability to be at least not.
An orphan.
I was gonna say an orphan. I was gonna say an orphan. I didn't want to say it, but like that's how I was thinking.
At least
A fucking
minimum.
orphan of 14 of them.
I didn't even know Sandy could be casted. I didn't even know the dog was like
Like,
a
bring
role
a
that
real
could be
dog.
casted.
Bring
Like,
a real dog.
Not even a real dog. Just like cut the dog.
Yeah.
Cut the fucking
reference
dog.
the dog.
You don't need a
Reference the
dog.
dog and their fucking like lines.
Reference Sandy. Like
Yeah.
there doesn't even need to be a person playing Sandy.
You
Whatever.
barking is crazy. Oh my god.
But they casted me.
That's
as Sandy.
actually fucking insane.
Crazy. My mom was fuming, obviously. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure she said something to the people because Tasha don't care. And I'm pretty sure she said what she had to say.
Tasha don't care.
Tasha don't care.
She don't care. She shouldn't.
Yeah. She
The
most
fuck?
likely said something, but after that, like, I didn't go back to them. But that was my trauma with Annie and that whole organization. But after that, we've learned and
You've leveled up immensely.
grew.
Immensely.
Period.
And it's not even
Yeah.
about, like, you've leveled up.
But
in so
kudos
many
to you for
ways.
doing it anyway.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I was little. I just wanted to do a show. I didn't care. Like, I still don't to this day. I wouldn't go that far now. But I'm saying, like,
Right.
even if I'm just ensemble, I just come in once or twice. I don't care. I just love performing. Like, I'll do it. To
Yeah.
that extent, no. But now I just love performing. So I'm like, whatever. And
Yeah.
that's always been my mindset. If I have the opportunity to just perform, I'm going to take it and I'm going to give my all. But that was crazy.
That's
But
jail.
yeah, I don't think they're
Jail.
a thing anymore. I don't think they're even an organization anymore. So we loved Karma.
Karma.
We love it.
Karma's a
Karma's a
bitch.
bitch.
You
I
should've known better.
I hate us. I hate us so
Period.
much. Oh my gosh.
What JoJo said.
What'd she say? What'd she say? What'd she
Oh my
say?
gosh. Speaking of JoJo Siwa and controversy, shall we discuss the canceled podcast at this very moment? I am so sad. I've been sad because all my favorites are getting canceled left and right, knocking them out. Like,
Let me go crisscross for this
locking
shit.
them out. We got to crisscross for this,
We're
okay?
gonna crisscross.
We got to talk.
Crisscross applesauce.
We got to talk about this. You know, if you watch our last episode, we were just talking about Brooke, and now, you know, things are surfacing the web, and let's talk about it. Let's have a raw conversation about it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll start because I was texting Sophia today and she like sent me a TikTok about Tana
Making her statement.
pretty much roasting Brooke
Literal.
on the canceled podcast.
Obviously, as you guys can see, I am alone on this couch. Brooke is not here with us today, and I want to be abundantly clear that that was my decision.
And you know, I was like, she has a fucking point. But like, I was also like, how could someone just switch up on someone that fast? Like,
Major switch up.
we would never.
Not to say that I don't think she has so much more growing and learning to do as a person at all.
We would never do that. Mind you, we don't support that either way, but it's like, even if like one of us like did some fucked up shit, like not regarding that, but
depending
just, like,
on the level. So it's just like, you know, where does the spectrum start and end in cancel culture, right? Because Tana, she's said, you know, racist things as well, right?
She has.
I'm just confused. Was the podcast name canceled because you guys were saying controversial, out-of-pocket shit that could get you canceled? Because that's what was marketed. Or was it called canceled because you like doing the canceling, including the canceling of your best friend? Oh.
So, you know, you're sitting on a couch condemning your co-host, who you've been best friends with for however long, right? And you guys have started this podcast together. Mm-hmm. You're both like, where does the spectrum start and end in that regard? Like, in terms of who's right, who's wrong, who's grown, who's not. Mm-hmm. Can you say that both Brooke hasn't grown, but Tana has? Can't we say they both have? Like, it's not my place to talk on that at all. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're both guilty in their own ways.
Absolutely.
You had an opportunity to teach the younger generation on the internet that sometimes humanity is very dark, and even then there is still the possibility of forgiveness and growth as an individual. It doesn't mean that what Brooke said was okay. It just means that you believe in humanity and you see it within yourself, and you also see it within other people. That was an opportunity for you to show the values that your brand was built on, but instead you showed us all that all of it was a fraud and you actually don't have any values that you stand for.
So we can segue into the fact that, you know, you're a Black woman, right? Mm-hmm. What's your take on these types of situations that are coming out in the media right now? Cancel culture, you know, can you be forgiving of anyone that has said a slur or said this, said that? What is your take?
Me personally, I feel like I'm always going to have a side eye on you. Mm-hmm. If you've said that, like, in the past. It doesn't matter how old you are. If it's like, oh, they were teenagers, like, you know, da da da. Like, to me, it's like, you know right from wrong, and you know that it was wrong for you to say that. And like, for example, Dixie, I think there were clips that were circulating recently where they were saying the N-word, like, that were just coming out, like, things like that. You knew that was wrong.
She's like 22 years old, though, is my point. It's like, she can't be that ignorant.
Right.
And nowadays, it's like, it's so known in the fucking, like, in the world,
yeah,
that it's like, you can't like say
right
certain
now.
things. I feel like in the past, it wasn't so, I'm not saying like it was right or wrong, but like it wasn't so like amplified, which is unfortunate in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, it's like people, like, things have happened in history.
Yeah.
Like, obviously everything has happened in history, but like the
people
fucking,
are more educated now.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like way more educated. That's basically what I'm saying. And it's like being 22 years old of age.
Yeah.
And saying that shit.
Yeah.
You know better.
Know better.
Absolutely. That's why in Dixie's clip, when she's saying it, like, she's laughing afterwards because she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that, because you know that was wrong. And to that point, like, it's unforgivable. Like, for you two, like, y'all aren't gonna, we're never gonna find past things about you guys, like, when you blow up, because we're manifesting. When you guys blow up, like, we're not gonna find old tweets or old videos of y'all, like, behaving like that, because y'all know not to do that. Like, it's just, it takes, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you're the type of people to not say that or do that. I don't know.
It's just like also the complexity of like certain tweets and things. Like, it comes in so many different forms. Like what Brooke said is very, very, very touchy, and that's what's so harsh about it and unfortunate. You know, like, I'm not downplaying and saying like, oh, like someone singing the N-word in a song is better or worse, but there's levels to it, and that's why it's just like, it sucks. It really sucks.
Like saying it in like a way that it's like talking about a specific scenario that has literally shook the fucking United States of America, that's like where it's like, yeah, girl, you're fucked.
And it's also like
You're
My
fucked.
eye just started twitching. That was crazy. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like, girl,
it's crazy, bro.
especially like I'm not like, especially if you're on the come up, if you're on the rise, and you have not filtered through your tweets, that is just, come on, girl.
Girl, Brooke, just a personal message from me to you if you were to ever see this. Girl, if you would have just went through all of your past stuff and just erased it, we would have never known. Like, you would have been good. If you were like, okay, I'm blowing up now, let me make sure I don't have anything that's out here that is incriminating, you would have been good. We would have never known. Like, that is crazy. You would have still been on the come up, the climb.
And it's also
like,
because it's like
good.
it's also because like you were like aware of like what you used to, like what you said, and it's like, oh, I actually care now, or it's like, let me go like filter my shit and like just like delete that shit because I don't feel that way anymore. But, like, no, it's like still there.
Right.
Right.
It's like, to show growth, you go through like, you know, your old stuff.
Gotta,
if you have it there.
You have to. You gotta.
And Tana, like, also acting like she just saw the tweets. I know the girl has seen the tweets for years now, because they've been out. It hasn't just surfaced now. They've been out on Reddit for a very long time. But whatever. I mean,
listen, no one's perfect in this world.
no.
They live in a situation where they're like fucking hella famous. They just like don't remember things that they say because they said so much shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever.
I don't know.
But it's actually,
I would remember.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
It's
like
like-
also I would never put that shit out in my life, like never. So like,
No.
I don't
at that
know.
big age too, you know, like
yeah.
being that old, typing that up.
But either way, it's like, that shit's fucked up, both ends. Would I ever turn on my best friend that quick though, and like slander her on social media?
Because that's major slander. That's like life-ending slander.
No, like
I was surprised by that. I thought Tana just wouldn't say anything, or maybe just be like continue with the podcast and just be like, oh, like
Make
Brooke
a
can't
statement.
be here because of, you know, some like a simple
she
statement.
had to say something though, like.
But
I
she
feel-
went off. Like,
Yeah.
she
She
went
had to,
in
'cause it's
on
like,
Brooke,
it's
and I was like,
And her taking back her comment that she made, like
That-
you were saying.
right. So like she commented on her TikTok being like, I love you. We all grew up in a fucked up time, blah, blah, blah. None of us are like, whatever she
They
said.
grew up bad.
When Brooke made her first apology video, I commented on it and I said, we grew up bad. I love you. And immediately regretted it so hard.
Bad.
'Cause
And then on her fucking podcast, she was like, I said it and I fucking regret it.
2 seconds later.
Like, who knows if it was 2 seconds later or 2 days later or whatever. But it's like, either way, it's like, you say something and then you take it back. It's like that's you're questionable at that point. Because it's like, why do
Yeah.
you say something and I don't mean it? It's like, think before you say something. Like,
yeah. Especially with that amount of power and that amount of that, all of those eyes on you, like,
Yeah.
you have to be especially careful. Because now I'm like, I kind of have a side eye on Tana, because I'm like, you know,
Nah.
it's like,
I mean, she's
me?
not perfect at all.
No.
I honestly have the side eye period on that
In
whole, on both of them.
In
I really
life.
do. End of the day, guys,
at the end of the day,
none of that shit is fucking acceptable. And we're just letting you know that we don't fucking
No.
condone it. And it's just crazy how she like switched up that fucking fast, like on her best friend. Like that's the one thing that just like, I get it, but like also like the words that she used, that was really fucking fucked up. I was shell shocked. Like you said.
I have such an inkling that Alyssa Violet or Clinton Kane, someone in their team, set this up, because she was thriving before this. Thriving. Everyone loved her. She was getting Aloe brand deals. Everything she dreamed of was happening to her. And then someone leaked this publicly. I know for a fact that somebody, like, I know they're laughing right now, sitting back and laughing.
Whoever it is.
That is tea if it was them.
Someone did it. Anyway. Jesus.
Cut.
Quick hot take. I can't believe Brooke dated Clinton Kane. But that's like,
That's not a hot take at all.
Not a hot take at all. Because
At
like
all.
that is just
Brooke
so
girl.
obviously a question mark, but she says it as well. Anyway, let's get into our next segment really quick because this is our last segment of the night.
Things your ex did and you stayed. And we have talked about this because it was a TikTok trend and it's so funny. It's hilarious. And let's dive in. Okay? And for me tonight, I am going to talk about situationships because I have aired out my toxic relationships and I feel like there has been a lot of turbulence in my situationships and they did things and I stayed. So let's talk.
I will also only be talking about situationships. Love you, babe. Once again, I love you, Gian. Just situationships.
You could turn this part off. You don't have to hear it. EXO. I'll put the part.
EXO.
I'll put the
the text
right now. I'll put the part. Skip to this minute.
Just for you.
Anyway.
Situationships. Yes. Absolutely.
Who's starting?
Okay, they're looking at me like I should start. Shit. Oh my gosh. Let me just get this shit out of the way. So,
Okay.
long story short, I'm gonna do long story short this time. I was like dating some guy. We were official. We actually were official at this point. And I had my reservations about him because he treated my old best friend the same way in the past. I've known this guy for 7 or 8 years and I put them onto each other. And I never thought that like me and him would ever have like a relationship like that, to be honest, but just so happened that we tried. Okay. One night I get a text from him. Hey, Alanna, can you come pick me up at my boy's house like a couple towns over? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll come pick you up. But I'm not going inside because I'm dead exhausted and I'm in my pajamas. Great. He's like, okay, cool, that's fine. I pull up to the house. I text him, I'm outside. Come outside. He goes, okay, just at least come in for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I go, okay, a couple minutes. Turns out I'm there for like 4 fucking hours. Oh. Because this dude, I told him a million times, I want to go home, 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 I want to go home. And he's like, babe, like, I'm literally, I'm about to not be able to hang out with these guys for so long. Like, just like shit that's going on in my life, shit that's going on in his life. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I have to like take a chill pill after this weekend. Has he taken a chill pill since that weekend? Absolutely not. So, A, red flag. B, I'm there for 4 hours. Thank God a boxing match was on my phone. I was watching Jake Paul fight.
Shout out
and
Jake Paul.
I'm all set. I sat there on a lawnmower, chilling with my fucking Tito's soda that they made me after like an hour. I didn't even think they had alcohol. So the alcohol helped. So like 12:30 comes by. I'm like, okay, whatever. His boy was mediating our fucking argument because I was like, you're manipulating me to stay here. And he's like, yeah, I was. Like, he literally admitted it, by the way.
Oh.
He's like, yeah, I was. I just didn't think you'd understand. What do you mean I wouldn't have understood? Just like tell me the fucking truth. I wouldn't have even have come. I would have sat on my fucking couch and went to sleep. Stupid. Anyway. Oh my God. So the real fucking part of this, I get to his house. I'm supposed to sleep at his house. I have to pee. So I go to the bathroom. I sit on the toilet. I shut the door. And what do I see? As the door is shutting, hanging on the fucking bathroom handle door. What do I see, guys? Fucking pink Victoria's Secret panties. Yeah. So get this. I told this dude from the jump, the one thing that's going to get in between us is a woman because I'm going to get triggered if another woman is involved. Period.
No shit.
Who the fuck?
No shit.
He knew that. So I go, yo, what's your name? And he knocks on the door. I go, yo, come in here. I go, what is that?
Period.
And he goes, oh my God, I ran out the door. I grab all my shit. I say bye to his dog. I love you, but like, fuck your dad. And I walk out of the door and he's running after me like, yo, Alanna, please, like, I have, like, please, like, I could tell you, like, blah, blah, blah. I go, and then he comes to my fucking opposite car door window and he goes, look at the text. Here they are. This is what it looks like. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't look great, but like, it looked friendly, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. So I go home and I go to, and I go
between the girl
and him. So I go home and I sleep. And the next morning, I wake up from a text, not only from him, but from the girl that was at his house. Because before I left his house, he called her in front of me and was like, yo, why did you leave your panties on my fucking door? You know I'm dating Alanna.
Wild.
And then she texted me this whole thing like, hey, Alanna, this is blah, blah, blah. Me and blah, blah, blah are just friends. And he let me sleep on his couch. Like, on God, like, he went to his mom's house and I showered and like I put all my stuff on his door handle and I forgot my panties. Cool. I go, okay, girl.
Forget your panties is very critical.
I go, okay, girl, no problem. This girl is not his type. I know that for a fact. But it's like, still, it's like, do I really know that? So, long story short, he was like, Alanna, please, like, I'm telling you the truth. Like, she said he went to his mom's house, but I had his location the whole time and I was tracking his location as a woman would do after finding that shit out. And he only went to Dutchess and went back home. So that was a fucking complete lie now that I'm thinking about it. Dutchess and home. So he probably got her fucking breakfast.
Man.
And I love Dutchess too.
Me too, bro.
Fuck that.
And then I stayed with him. Until recently, but it's fine.
I keep forgetting the end bit.
So I stayed with him.
And you stayed.
And I stayed.
forget that part of these stories.
And I'm in therapy now. I've been in therapy.
Yeah.
Trust me, that dude is still trying to hit me up and like hang out.
Oh, of
and it's
course.
like, yo, you're
Of course.
fucking
They
insane.
always come
Stop
back.
hitting me up.
Come back.
You're fucking blocked.
Yeah.
It would have
Sayonara.
been the Duchess for me. I would have been like, damn, Duchess of all places.
Bro, I'm actually I'm realizing things right now as I'm saying about it.
Oh,
You're fucked up, narcissist. Period.
and
Anyway,
if you're watching this-
Paris, what is your he fucked up but I stay with him?
Oh my god, my situationship. So once again, babe, I love you very much. So
And this is not about babe. This is about someone
This
else.
is about before babe.
before babe, BB. Before babe, you know, it was like BBC or what is it? BC?
What?
No, not BBC. Before Christ. BC before.
BC before Christ. Not BBC, bitch.
Not BBC.
That was so
BC.
fire. We have to keep that in. Before Christ, BC.
BC before
Yep.
Christ.
You get what you're saying.
BG before Gian.
BG.
Oh,
before
period.
I remember that one.
That was
BG
good.
before
That was
Gian.
classic. That was classic. That was beautiful. All right. Next.
So
Oh
yes,
my god.
obviously this is BG, but a situationship.
Obviously.
This man, he hits me up. He's like, oh, like, pull up, like, we should hang out, like, whatever. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, why not? First of all, I have a problem because back in the day, I was very much so impulsive. Like, I'm still impulsive, but now I have, like, a head on my shoulders.
Me and you both.
Yeah.
The year we
Us
met.
three? Period?
Yeah.
Yes. the year me and you met was so turbulent in this
like,
regard.
I like jumped up like at anything. Like I now have a head on my shoulders. Like,
yeah.
you know. But this man was like, oh, like pull up, and I was like, yeah, of course. So I pull up to this man's house.
my
Of
God.
course, yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I get there. I text him. I'm like, hey, like I'm outside. Like, are you coming out? And he's like, yeah, like I'm coming. Whatever. Da da da. And then he texts me. I'm still waiting. Like, it's probably like 5 minutes goes by. He's like, yeah, I'm coming out. I'm like, okay, whatever. Still waiting. 5 minutes goes by. He's like, hey, actually, so like my parents are both here and they have like family friends over. So like you can't come through the front door. And I was like,
Okay.
so should I go home?
So the
like,
storm door? What's going on here?
right. I'm like, what does that mean? Should I go home? Like, what does that mean? And he's like, no, like I have like another way. And I was like,
The
Okay.
window?
Like, what is that? Tell me why.
Is that the window, bitch?
I would have done some shit like that back then too, honestly.
I'm
It's
sitting
sad.
in my car. He goes, hold on. I hear something. As soon as the text goes through, I look at it. I'm like, okay. I hear a sound. It's his garage door opening. It doesn't open all the way. It opens maybe like
She did a crawl.
You did limbo. You did under
and
the limbo
it was
loop.
so ironic because I literally had like an army jacket on. Like that was my look for the night. I had an army jacket on with like a crop top and sweatpants. That was my look. And I was like, did I manifest this shit for myself? Like, what is going on?
She's army crawling over there.
Army crawling for this man.
Army crawled through that garage door. He was like, I can't open it all the way. It'll make too much noise.
I'm
Like, they'll all
screaming.
hear it. I army crawled under that garage door and went in to see that man.
Was it worth it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
I still look back and I'm like, bitch, you did that. Like, that was crazy.
I could say that. Yep. Was that 2021?
Ooh, I think so.
That was the year.
That was the
year I look back at my shit too, and I'm like, wow.
It's
Wow.
Wow.
because me now, I'm like, girl, you would never. And it's so crazy
Exactly.
looking back. You would never.
Going back to the last episode, the mourning your old self thing, that's what I was talking about. It's like, that girl does not exist. Whatever the heck we were doing. I cannot believe it.
Caught under the garage
Yeah.
door.
It would never be us
Crazy.
today.
And I stayed because I met up with him a few more times after that. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Scared.
So
I'm so scared. Okay.
let's hear it.
Well, okay, first of all, there was this guy. All right.
Can we name him and like we can cut it out? Do I know him?
Wait, I'm trying to think of which one I should talk about first.
Oh,
Because
okay.
first of all right.
Let's talk about.
That's what I was going to talk about, okay?
Let's talk about.
That's what I was going to talk about because holy crap, what the hell was I on? What drug was I on? Because god damn, that the whole thing
Yeah.
from start to finish. So there was this guy, this infamous guy that all my friends know about. Let's just say, you know, he wasn't next door. Okay, let's just say he wasn't next door. He
Could have been.
Nowhere in the vicinity.
Let's just say that as the preface, okay?
Nowhere close.
Number one, okay? I will say, first of all, I just got out of this toxic relationship that mentally messed me up, and I was ready to do whatever to get my mind off of what I just went through, okay?
Normally,
So I don't-
naturally.
Yeah, I don't regret a thing I did in my life,
No.
okay?
Period.
It's all for
No
the
regrets.
plot.
It's
You
all for
literally
the
can't.
It's all for
plots.
the plot, right?
Plotty
okay,
plot,
so,
plot.
you know, I did travel for this dude. Okay, whatever.
Your own money.
Travel.
What about New Year's?
I mean, that's what I'm gonna get into. That story is so funny. Okay, let's start here. Oh yeah, I took over.
She
I
did.
took.
Hello.
First of all,
Hold on.
this
All right.
man. There's so much to say. But first of all,
Disgusting.
I went to take.
Disgusting.
It was New Year's Eve. I was in the city.
With
okay.
me
I was
and my
with
ex.
you and your ex. There was a lot going on. Okay. I didn't want to stay overnight.
We're gonna focus on her.
I didn't want to stay overnight in the city this night. I didn't want to stay overnight in the city. So what do? I go to see this man.
Me and my ex were like, yo, just like go, dude. Like he's gonna pay for your Uber
Yeah, no,
once
he
you get
said-
to the Hamptons. He's gonna pay for your shit as long as he pays it back.
No.
Go.
He literally texted me. This man has not paid for shit. Okay, that he said he would pay.
He
for.
said he would pay for her shit. She gets there.
It was a $200 Uber.
Where's the pocket money, bitch?
Nothing. He would bring it up to me all the time, and I'm like, I'm not getting this money. Fuck it, it's gone. But that's not even the part of the story. Okay.
Ratchet.
There's a hilarious part to the story, and I couldn't wait to tell this on this podcast because it's so funny to me, and I just can't wait to tell it.
Please
Okay?
tell it.
Get to his house. Okay.
Same night?
Yeah.
Okay.
After that,
Oh, okay.
get to his house.
Oh god.
All right. Get to his house.
Lord.
You know, I meet his mom for the first time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Loved his mom.
Oh.
Great woman. Great mother.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. It's time to go to bed. Okay.
No bedtime.
No.
It's bedtime. All right.
No.
Listen. It's
No.
time to go to bed. You want to talk about a man not making you feel at home at all? This is the only man like that I would say really just completely made me feel everything but at home. Okay. I'm like, okay, I want to go brush my teeth. Where can I go brush my teeth? He's like, the bathroom down the hall. I'm like, okay. I go down the hallway into this bathroom.
Bro. Didn't he even
He's
take
just-
your hand and lead you there?
No, he's literally like, everything about him is nothing is welcoming, okay?
Horrible.
He's like, go to that bathroom. I'm like, okay, I'm going to this bathroom. I go to brush my teeth.
The way I know this dude, I get it.
It's in his brother's bedroom, and there's an open wall. God forbid I have to pee. Okay? The wall is completely open. His brother's sitting on his bed, and I'm brushing my teeth in front of his brother, who I barely know. The dude, it gets worse, okay? His brother's on the phone with his
Ain't no
boy.
way.
This brother's on the phone with his boy saying how he paid a bitch to give him. I was like,
Wow, runs in the fucking family. I'm sorry, not saying that.
Probably fucking does.
But like they're both just disgusting, probably.
Oh my god, it's like I can't have any privacy. I'm brushing my teeth
This is real
in
tea.
front of his brother while he's sitting on his bed.
Talking about how he just paid him.
And he didn't pay for the Uber. No Uber payment. 0. And I'm sitting here in this house in the middle of nowhere. Can't even get some privacy when I'm trying to brush my teeth. And what I do, I honestly, I think that was the last time I've ever seen him. So
That's 100%
But
the
I
last
would
time I've ever
hope-
seen him.
But I just need to say that, like, I did stay to see him up until that point over a lot of things that he did.
Yep, true.
And-
What about when we were in?
What? Remind me. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh
What about when we were in bitch?
my god! There is so much. There's so much. My ass.
She just stood up.
My
I
ass.
did a twirl around.
I did the Andrea.
Gagged.
I did the Andrea.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But
Is Rob a good kisser? Yes.
Is this man crazy?
Yes.
Wait a second. What happened? Can you remind me what you remember?
Yes, please. What's the tea? What's the story? Because I
Because
can't.
there's one key part. There's one key part.
all right. So long story short, I just remember like it was me and my ex, this girl that I used to be friends with, and her fucking boyfriend at the time, and then you, and we were going there to like be in. But like also you were like meeting up with this dude. And I just remember like walking over with Sophia to this dude, and he was acting like he didn't even know Sophia.
Oh, I don't remember that.
His like friends came up to us, and he was just like being like all like standoffish, nonchalant, because he's like a pussy.
He's a bitch.
He was a bitch.
That same night, he is like, I want you to be my girlfriend. And he literally said it to me that night. He's like, I want you to be my girl. I want you to be my girl. I'm like, okay.
He doesn't know what the fuck that even means.
No, not at all.
At all.
But another thing he said to me, that it's like, why would I even continue
Right.
entertaining? I just did it because I was bored, okay? Period. That's literally the truth. And I could attest to that. He was like, one day, he was like, you know, like literally everyone cheats, right? I'm like, at the time, I glazed over it. I'm like, oh, I guess, even though I've never cheated on someone. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, like literally everyone does it. It's just how it is. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I continue to see him after
Oh
that.
my god, bro.
For what?
For
At
what?
what cost? You know?
Long story short, one and done, baby girls. One and done.
It's these athletes. Every time they're an ass. I don't care.
It's not just an athlete though. It's like athletes do have that stigma around them, and like.
But it's so real.
But people are married to athletes, and like they're chilling.
Did you hear about the girl? What's her name? What the hell's her name? That broke off her engagement. Tiana. Who? I gotta find.
Oh
her.
yeah, it's tough because it's like,
oh my God,
they get to do that, and then like live. You know.
Yeah.
Like they get to do that. Like I'm like now like fighting for like a roof over my head, and like I left the ring, I left like everything, and like I have to like rebuild.
I know who you're talking about. That girl Tiana, she was dating that dude,
the NFL player. Well, yeah, and there was this other. Oh my gosh, this other. I don't even want to say what game he played, but he would be so like, I would really believe him. He would be like, oh my gosh, like I feel this certain way, like this girl I used to deal with hooked up with one of my best friends and like shoved it in my face, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, like blah blah blah, and he really stood on that. What did he do 2 days later?
The same thing.
DM'd my friend, and I couldn't eat for 2 weeks. But did I still see him? Yep. Why me today would never. It's just like
obviously not. But it's like
it's amazing.
It's just
amazing.
Wild. Like
it's incredible.
It's incredible.
Athletes,
These men actually are fucking narcissistic and or just literally disgusting. Sorry to say, that's really harsh, but hey,
it's not. It's the truth.
If you fill that fucking pocket, good luck, brother.
And ladies out there, yeah, if you were like, you know what, these are red flags, but like, you know what, maybe he's just going through a lot. Girl, run.
Yo,
bye-bye.
No,
trust your intuition, because
no,
I trusted my intuition off no fucking proof, and I was right after a while.
Exactly.
So if that shit's screaming at you,
exactly,
you're fucking correct. You don't need proof. Just run with your fucking gut, period.
As
point
women,
blank.
we just naturally have that, and you need to listen to
yeah.
you need to, like, girl, run. Like, I'm telling you, run.
If you don't listen to it, it's going to go away. I've already said this in past episodes, so.
Yeah.
Run.
I will say, though.
Andiamo.
Yeah.
Andiamo.
2021, I did everything for the plot, and I knew it was wrong, but I did it for the plot. Do I regret it? No. But I did it. And I dealt with these men, and it is what it is, you know?
It's for the plot. Now we have these fun stories to share now.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
It's so funny. Like, wow, I dealt with that.
Like, you didn't pay me back for any of that, you broke ass going on Miami trips. That's real. It's so real. You're
ass. Fuck you.
And you're still in that
You don't even make money
place.
off that shit. Be so for real. You just love that.
You're just
literally
so fake.
You're just
still
a pick
in that
me
same
boy.
place, and I've elevated, and you're still there.
Yeah.
And trying to do this to the next girl. But sorry, I'm here now. And bye.
It's so funny.
And bye.
Bye.
On that note.
Bye. I'm just
All right, y'all.
End off on anything, Paris?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I have a message. Like, to kind of tie, I'm going to make it short, I promise. To tie back into what I went through with the Annie trauma. Black women, black girls that are out there that are trying to perform and just get out there and be in the theater world, film, anything, please continue doing it. Like, there is change now. Like, there's the Notebook musical. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen the movie.
Nope. Oh, yep.
Like, you've seen the movie.
Sorry.
Like, now, like, the musical now that's on Broadway, like, they're really trying to make change in the theater world now. Like, young Allie in the Broadway musical now, like, she's a black girl, it's a teenager, and then when she's a young adult, it's also a black girl, and then when she's old, it's a white woman. Vice versa, when it's Noah, when he is a teenager, it's a white man. When he gets older as, like, a young adult, he's still a white man, but when he's an adult, it's a black man. Like, I'm telling you, when you are telling also to directors and producers out there, like, these are fictional stories. Like, when it comes to race, like, sexuality, anything, that doesn't matter. These are fictional stories. Like, you do not have to be like, oh, she's black, oh, she's transgender, oh, this is anything. Like, it's fictional stories. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your story is. Like Little Mermaid, Halle Bailey, she got so much hate and shit for playing Ariel in the newest movie because she was black.
But she killed it.
She played a fictional mermaid. Like, why did it matter? It's a mermaid that she's playing. Why is that even a thing? Like,
it's
please,
disgusting.
like, keep going out there, keep doing your thing, keep auditioning and being yourself, because it doesn't matter and change is happening. And if you keep showing up and being yourself, they can't say no to you. You're bringing the talent, you're bringing the love, you're bringing the passion. Just keep doing that, and there's nothing that they can say. And directors,
period,
be open-minded, because shit, these are fictional stories. It doesn't matter. There doesn't need to be this set thing ever. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
So that's all that I have to say.
And I love that.
Message.
Talent is talent.
And
all
thank
the
you,
performers.
Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
Here on the Sassy and Classy podcast.
Yes, we're so happy to have you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 8.
Thank you.
We're about to make double digits.
Not the harmony.
But for real, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys made it this far, thank you. We love you so
We love you
much.
We love you.
And that's about it. See you next.
Thank you.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you next
Mwah.
episode.
Bye.
Mwah. Bye.